from right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Deontay Wilder is going to lay it all on the line coming up next weekend, and we're going to talk with him about that. Deontay Wilder, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back into the game in T-Town.
My man, thank you for having me again, brother. How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing amazing. I can't complain at all, man. If I complain, I thank God to slap me.
I got you. Nothing wrong with that, man. What was training camp like?
Oh, man, training was amazing. It was one of the best training camps I've had thus far. I needed this push. I needed this extra boost, with my opponent. He started so much chaos my last fight in Birmingham that he gave me the extra boost that I needed to invest more in myself, to do a lot of things that I wasn't normally doing or that I got away with doing as a champion. When you become a champion, you do it for so long a period of time. You start realizing and learning yourself what you can and what you can't do. And as a great champion that I am, that I'm so unorthodox and I'm so untextbook that these guys can't figure me out, and there's no one in the world that can emulate the style that I have. So with that being said, I get away with a lot of things, but now at this point in time, I broke myself back down to the basics. I invested in myself more than ever with different equipment and stuff that'll get my body in the tip-top shape that I need, and I can perform as a true champion that I am.
Going back to Dominic Breazeale for just a couple of minutes and going back to the Birmingham situation, did he turn this thing into a little personal with some of the things that he did?
Oh, man, he turned this all the way personal, and I can't wait. I can't wait for May 18th. It's going to be an amazing fight for myself, and it's going to be an amazing fight for the people, the thousands that are going to be there and the millions that's going to be watching. He kept asking for this fight, and you know what the saying is, if you ask, you shall receive. And this point in time on May 18th, he will receive every bit of what he asked for. This is judgment day for him, and I am the judge.
We're talking to Deontay Wilder, the heavyweight champion of the world from right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He's going to defend the WBC title coming up in New York. That's become a popular place for you, man. I mean, Deontay Wilder in New York City, that's a good combination.
Yeah, man, this country boy came a long way, man. I fight in Brooklyn a lot nowadays, and they've said they've adopted me. The people around Brooklyn have adopted me. My Atlas name is the Bronx Bomber, but they call me the Bronx Bomber. So I'm looking forward to going up there once again and do what I do best, and that's knock guys out. I've gotten my most dramatic knockout in Brooklyn, New York, at the Barclays Center. So I'm looking forward to defending my title for the 9th consecutive time. I'm the longest reigning champion in the business of boxing, and I can't wait. Man. This is going to be amazing. I'm coming up in the, this is going to be my 9th title. So, I'm up there with the Ali's, I'm up there with the Tysons, the Holyfields, and, I'm just climbing the ladder each and every time, man, doing miraculous things. And, man, I'm blessed, man, and highly favored. My grandma said years ago that I was anointed by God, and was she so right.
Deontay, I want to spend a little time here on the couple of eves before Mother's Day. I know you've got some very important ladies that have been a part of your life. You just mentioned your grandmother, your mother. Can you talk about them on the eve of Mother's Day, something that we'll celebrate throughout this country? Happy Mother's Day to all those great mothers out there. But talk about your mother and certainly your grandmother that's made a huge impact on your life, Deontay.
Yeah, most definitely. And I wanted to commend all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day, to you guys. And, and for my mother and my grandmother, they definitely have played a big part of my life. With my grandma, she definitely, both of my grandma, my mother and my father's side, and been, God bless their souls, but man, those two women, man, it was the love of my life, man. I wasn't a mama's boy. I wasn't a daddy's boy. I was a grandmother's boy. And I know a lot of people out there that's listening can relate to me on a grandma's boy. With the old people, they've been through so much and so many years of collecting and understanding different situations and being able to lecture you on them and to prepare you for life, especially when you're young. You know, all the young people that's listening, listen to the older people. You know, and you know, just so many different things that they prepare me for life, and to this day, and to the you know, being so being grown and having my own family and stuff like that, man, I still remember certain things that they said. And with my mother, you know, I'll never forget. You know, I think I was about 7, 8 years old. She gave me this poster, and it still bears with me to this day in my heart. You know, I still think about this poster that she gave me. It was just something simple, man. It just, you know, that's the greatest things in life, the simple things, And this poster, it had a bear on it, and it was running a marathon. It was winning the race, and it was about to get ready to break the break the ribbon because it won the race. And it had his arm out, and it had his red headband down on his head, and it read, "You don't know what you can do until you try." And that stuck with me for the rest of my life. That I don't know what I can do until I try. You don't know what you can do. You don't know what your capabilities is. You don't know what you're capable of doing until you give it a try. Sometimes people just give up without even trying. It's like, how you expect to go anywhere if you don't try? If you don't take that first leap of faith, you gotta have faith. You gotta be able to try, and I'll remember that for the rest of my life. And I think this is why I'm doing amazing things to this day, because of I don't know what I can do until I try. So I want to thank my mother for that post. I want to thank my grandmothers, you know, for being able to sit me down and teach me and educate me on certain things to prepare me for life right now. You know, not as a child, but right now, because as a child, we don't understand. We just want to run around and be children and do what a child does. But eventually, as life goes on, you have to grow and you have to endure and experience certain things. And the elder peoples, they prepare you for that. And I just want to thank those guys so much.
We're talking to Deontay Wilder, the heavyweight champion of the world, from right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, as he's preparing for a fight on May the 18th. Deontay, let me ask you from the mental side of things. When you go through training and you train your body physically, I want to talk about the mental side. What do you do to condition to stay psychological ready? I mean, it takes, listen, when you get in the ring with a heavyweight fighter and a boxer, and you know, I've talked about this before, you let your guard down for a split second, heavyweight, and the fight's over. Mentally, psychologically, what do you do training-wise to get ready for a fight?
Well, you know, Ryan, I'm big into meditation. You know, I have different properties all over, you know, different states and stuff like that, and I have them specifically, you know, spotted out in certain areas because I'm into meditation. I like nature. I like the environment. I like to become one with the universe, and that allows me to meditate and get my mind right. You know, your mindset is one of your most powerful weapons that you have. Your mindset will get you through any situation. You just have to be able to focus on that and be able to accomplish the mission, get the task done, and that's what keeps me humbled. That's what keeps me in good spirit, in good energy, positive thinking. And said you have positive results. You know, and that's what I can say. You know, my mindset is so big, a spaceship can fit in it. You know, and I love having those alone times where I can just be one with myself, and then be able to just think about the things that I want to come to me, and I let the law of attraction do what it does. I let the universe do what it does and attract everything that I want, all the good, all the positive, you know, that wants to come away, everything that I want to accomplish in my life. I focus on that and I allow it to bring to myself, and that's the only way I can find some type of sanity in this sport of boxing, because it's just such a brutal sport. It's a gladiator sport, and you got to be able to have some type of balance in this sport. And with meditation, it gives me that balance.
The fight that everybody wants to see is you and Anthony Joshua. You think we'll get it before the end of the year? You think this will happen? What's your gut feeling tell you, Deontay? After this fight, do you think we'll get the fight before the end of the year?
Well, you know, at the end of the year is really cutting it real close.
Sure it is, yeah.
Being that, you know, everything that's going on. But Joshua them, if they really wanted to fight Ryan, they would have had this fight. We would have been done this fight a long time ago. They had 5 opportunities to make this fight happen, but they didn't want it to happen because they wanted to go by the motto of low risk and high rewards. I'm the most dangerous heavyweight in the division. My power alone separates me from amongst the rest. And these guys want to keep this clean record. They don't believe in getting knocked out. They don't believe in losing, because they think that'll mess up their status or mess up certain things that in their career. But if they understood history of boxing, especially the heavyweight division, because it's a small division, that they know that every champion, most of all the greats, have lost at some point in time. That's how they became 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, even 5-time champions. It's okay to lose, because sometimes when you lose, it teaches you a lesson in life that, hey, what can you do to get yourself back up off the ground, dust yourself off, and get back into the game? A lot of people, when they fall, they don't know how to get back up. And then that's it. Sometimes you have to fall and to see how you get back up. And that's what separates you from the rest. You get back up, and like my mom said, you don't know what you can do until you try. You don't know you can do it until you try. And these guys have dodged me so many times. Look, I accepted 12.5 million flat fee. I accepted a 15 million flat fee. I said, hey, give me 40, 60. They didn't want to do that. He said, well, give me 50. He gave me 50 million, and we had to fight. We gave 50 million. Oh, I don't want to sell my soul for 50 million. I want to go. My people in England deserve this fight. Yeah, I'm saying you asked for the 50 million. What are you talking about? You don't want to sell your soul. It's so many different occasions that we tried and they didn't want it. So now he don't have nowhere to go. He said he would never come to America. Why? Because he was a big fish in a small pond in England. But I'm a big fish in a big pond here in America. We're diverse here. We're a bigger country here. And now all that he said before, he had to eat it. And now he's over here. He don't have no one to fight. He's begging to fight. He don't have no exciting fights on his belt. And now it's just all smoke and mirrors. He wants to fight now, so he claims and all this. And now I hold all the keys here in America. Like we've been saying, I've tried so many times, Ryan. These guys played around with me for 4 months. 4 months, and they didn't want to fight. So December, at the end of the year, it'll be too close to really just say that. But I can guarantee people one thing, that this fight will happen. All the big fights will happen. And when the big fights happen, that Deontay Wilder is behind them all, because that's what I do. I make fights happen, I build for legacy. I want to know who's the best. And I know that I'm the best. I want to prove to the rest, if I have any doubters, I want to prove to them that I am the best. So the fight will happen. It just comes with patience, and will come patient come time. And we have to even them both out. And when it does happen, it's going to be one of the most best. It's going to be the most best and the most amazing fight in boxing history. And I will bring all those belts back to Alabama. There will be one champion. There will be one face and one name. He go by the name of Deontay Wilder, baby.
All right. So listening to what you said, and I'm done with questions, but I'm going to make my prediction. Judging what you said, because you said you went back to the basics, you went back to the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say first round in New York, 2 minutes into it. That's what I'm going to say. I kind of feel it here. 2 minutes into the first round, Dominic Breazeale is going to regret everything that happened in Birmingham, Alabama.
Y'all heard that. So if it's any people that's out here betting, you better go to Vegas right now and put that in there, huh, Ryan?
Hey, no doubt. Hey, listen, man, I'm proud of you, man. I continue. I mean, every time I talk to you, I just think about not only the inspiration that we can draw from you, but the inspiration that so many kids from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, that are looking at their dreams of becoming a doctor, lawyer, nurse, boxer, football player, basketball player, and they can look at Deontay Wilder and they can say, he's from my town, and get that motivation, man. I'm proud of you, man. Go make short work in New York, man. We'll certainly be rooting for you all week next week, and leading up to the fight there on Showtime. Showtime. It's just regular Showtime, right? You don't even have to, it's no pay-per-view. It's just straight up Showtime here.
It is, it's just straight up Showtime. I didn't want to take the money from the people. I'm calling him Dominic Basic Cable Breazeale. I didn't. He don't belong he don't belong in the ring with me. He's not on my level. I wanted, and then with the bad blood that we have, of course, it can make out for a pay-per-view fight. But I know how hard it is to make money. I'm still humbled. I'm still, look, I still come home all the time. And I wanted this to stay on basic cable where everyone can see this. If you're not subscribed to Showtime, go subscribe to it. When I knock them out, you can unsubscribe. Easy. And I just love what I do, man. And I can't wait for May 18th. It's gonna be an amazing fight. And I'm ready. I'm ready, Ryan. I'm ready to represent like always, baby.
Bomb Squad!
Deal.
Appreciate you, D. Have a good one, man.
My man, thank you. Bomb Squad!
Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. Thank you, man. Have a great week.
All right, bro.